Captain's log 085.3. Apparently, all the drug dealers in the neighborhood think I'm undercover, and they don't believe me that not only am I a cat burglar, but I'm also a chaplain, a priest, and I'll hear their sins. No, I won't. This is today's bounty. I was at the casino today, gave them a message thanking them for the 3D slot machines, and telling them that when I perfect my holographic display based on ancient 30-year-old Navy technology, that I'll let them in on it. But because they're being such asses down there, I mean, I opened the door legally for them to use their 3D slot machines. A month later, they came out with them. I didn't get nothing. I gave them that for free. So basically, I'm taking it out of their ass. Silver mining. I removed $20 from the casino today. This got me out the door before they kicked me out. Dumbasses. Just the bottle of Dom Perignon. This cost $500. It had a light right there in the bottom to light not this one. Moet de Chandon is also they call it that when they do the Imperial Rose nectar. I would have shared this with Erica, but I had to remove the alcohol because she yelled at me for giving her money, weed, and buying her this apartment that I'm now stuck in because I paid for it. I can't live in my damn house. I can't live in my mom's mansion because she's not dead yet. So now I'm stuck in this little tiny apartment with 2 kit cars, all packed into here, and some of them out there. This is funny because I can't build my car in here. I need a garage. I need to go back to my house with all this shit. Oh well. I don't care, do you? So, let's see what else we got, huh? Oh, I got so much sugar in there from an Italian place on Verde Street. This looks like me. So I stole it. Everyone's a jackass. Except you, Carlos, mi hermano. You're my conscience. $10 cookies. Good thing they survived the ride home. I know too many things about too much stuff. I'm just having too much fun. At least I get to paint pictures now, again. Oh, this is a $70 bottle of Jameson. It's delicious. Of course, I don't drink it because of my vows. As a Roman Catholic priest, Deo omnipotenti eco cathedrum beato discipulo delecto dictum lilium de spinus cogito ergo sum. I think, therefore, My face burns in the eternal fire of heaven. I'm a lily among the thorns. The omnipotent echo chamber beats discipline. It's delicious oration. I think, therefore, I said that already. Does anyone realize or even believe how fantastically rich I am? Erica doesn't believe me, but I put her in my will to take care of her someday. It's on this channel a couple videos back. Her new name through me is Catwoman. But the Japanese name, I came up with it. The end of it. Matka in Russian and Polish means mother. Siostra is Russian for sister, and Sistra is Polish for sister. Mat Suzo Ka is a question. Matka, question Matka, question Matsuzo. A question for the mother is her name, her last name in Japanese. Because, it's a generic government name, she said. Dea Proce is Latin for the goddess. But she's not a god. She's a muse. That's an angel that can't help herself, but helps everyone else, and she suffers. That's why I put her into my will. Mother dies. I'll be a multi-millionaire in no more than 10 years. 5 more after that, biologically. She can't live past 15 fucking years. And then, of course, I'd have to die too, and I think I put her in. I told her. Said we could have a sham wedding if your Social Security doesn't pan out. And then I can get you $1,200 a month for the rest of your life. You just wouldn't be able to marry anybody else, and neither would I. I also offered Carlos that, but he wants to marry Sarah and do the same thing. It's funny because I could have a gay wedding now if I wanted to, but I don't really want to because I need to be an actual female wife for show and for a reason I can't quite explain right now because I haven't come up with the solution. Now, finally got my fucking steering wheel back. You wouldn't believe how far I had to travel to my mother's mansion to take all my shit back today. That she told me I had to get rid of when she gave me the $40 Starbucks card and 40 McDonald's and 30 Star Wars. Starbucks. Oh, sushi. Oh, that's funny. So basically, ending the captain's log here. What are we going to do today, Pinky? Take over the world. Brain. Okay, here's my Buddhist philosophy. A long time ago, Buddha, or God, if you're Christian, or Allah. Bellatrix means, it's Arabic for sister. I speak over 14 languages, not including Morse code, any computer codes, programming, and body language, and sign language, and Braille. Those are extra. I'm very fluent in at least 8 of them, including English, Spanish, Japanese, Russian, French, and Polish. So basically, I'm going to use every fiber of my being to be infamously more well known. Everyone around here thinks I'm a damn security guard. I am. Work for Lincoln Warehouse as a security guard. That's why they let me in there, so I can do all of my pure away Lincoln Warehouse videos that I've done. However, those that know me best know that I straddle the line between sin and ecstasy, and I'm Buddhist. There's a way, a holy way, to consolidate everything I do when I do it. I consecrated this ground that I live on now, the block here. My dad used to have a locksmithing shop in this very apartment 20 years ago called C's Key and Lock. My name is Seski. He calls it C's Key. He's dead now. I have $30,000 of his money socked away in an account no one can find. Not even my trustee knows that I have this money, because it's family money. I am a kindergarten lockpicker. I learned from Uncle Butch, Terry Seski, a Milwaukee cop, space shuttle guard for NASA, and Vietnam sniper. A lot of things. One of them is if you're going to do something, do it right, or don't do it. Finally, my dad's old sailboat. I know exactly where it is in a boneyard. I sold it. Now I'm taking it back piece by piece. Now I have a console for my hot rod. So I'm going to take also Navy jet airplane technology that's in my head from Internal Communications Expert School, C School in San Diego, and Lakehurst, New Jersey, where the Hindenburg blew up. Fresnel lens technology in my head. It's all mine, given to me by the government, and basically transforming the casino into 3D. I told them about my holographic phone prototype. The other one that I have, it's holographic, it's cracked. It's where I discovered the concave when facing you and convex when away from you. If you have a screen that's cracked, it just so happens to be an easier way to make my holographic screen protector. So as you can see here, the screen's cracked that way. If it's cracked this way in a taco shape, but slightly curved, like a saddle, an upside down saddle, going this way, and facing you like this, lenticular, but horizontal, not vertical. This is my 3D foam prototype. I cracked it when I took the screen off. It's a government phone, it'll work for life. I don't owe them a thing, but they're going to get theirs when I donate this to the Smithsonian someday. The world doesn't have 3D phones. The planet Earth does not have 3D phones because of me. And 20 years ago, my proprietary right over 3D phones still exists, but lenticular lenses and the process for making them is a patented, trademarked process. Now, from what I just told you, I can make mine and license their technology to create my 3D phones. But why should I bother letting the world have 3D phones when I already have one? I don't care about the world. I care about those close to me. So, with that said, I'd like to let the world know that when I went to Japan, after coming home from the service and trying to market my 3D phone there instead of through InventHelp, because you need $850. I think my idea can be marketed for free, and I shouldn't have to pay someone to do it. Right? So, what I'm thinking is that the Nintendo 3DS was stolen technology from me. I accidentally opened the door for that Japanese company to steal my idea. So I bought the Nintendo 3DS for my kid, Josiah Ryan Winslow. They don't believe me either. Lisa Winslow. She has no idea how fantastically wealthy I am, even though I've told her for 20 years. And she's seen my mother and how rich she is, even though she doesn't like to show off. She does it by accident. And for 20 years, Kim Winslow has been bugging the shit out of me for my mother to come and visit my kids. Only for 20 years, I couldn't play with any toy or a piano keyboard for more than 30 seconds before I was yelled at because I'm making too much noise. So I never got to learn piano. Now I know how to play piano. So screw her. If you don't believe me, then you get left by the wayside in my book. I'm tired of people not believing me, so I give up. Now, I'm going to eviscerate the planet Earth through fiction. However, I also know of a prophecy that I investigated. It's on this channel. About rising sun, vertical line, bird, snake, bird, when Pharaoh Khufu proclaimed himself God to the people, which was the practice of the day for rulers, emperors, and pharaohs. Rising sun, vertical line, bird, snake, bird, all facing southeast to the rising sun, and the constellation Orion, first inscribed in gold with a circle around it. To the rising constellation of Orion, where it looks like this. And on that day, when it was at If that's south, that's east, that's west, and that's north at 6:30 Central Time, Milwaukee. 6:30 a.m. I only know this because I was on St. Ben's grounds. I mean the rescue mission by Marquette. And they always call chow time in the morning and shut down the yard, the smoking yard, at 6:30 on the dot. Digital time. By a cell phone by the reformed criminal guard known as Billy. He bit a bullet and his jaw stopped it and he cocks his mouth. For 20 years, I had to go through Bible study to learn how to become the man I am today. Roman Catholic priest, Chaplain Bobby. 3.5 seconds before 6:30. And only because down that way, next to St. Ben's, on Wells or State Street, something like that. Yeah, Wells. And this way, there was a church that burned down a year prior, that year, because of a meteorite from the omnipotent firmament, which is old-fashioned language for space. In the book of Genesis, firmament splits the waters. They don't tell you what happens to the other waters, just the waters on the earth. Now we know there's some on the moon and some on Mars. So the Bible's right about that. There's a prophecy that an old British guy found out. Then he translated ancient thought electrical powers. They discharged a lot into the ground. We don't because we wear shoes that are rubber. When electricity enters your body, like you stroke a nylon bed with a pillow, don't discharge into your opposite knee on the bed. Stroke it in the dark when it's dry in the wintertime. On the second floor, you have to have enough altitude from the ground level for this to work. Stroke the bed until you hear it crackling. Throw the pillow away. Don't touch the bed until you get this close. Lightning bolts shoot out of your fingers, 3.5 inches long. When this was happening, and I recorded it on Make Hoodie also, or Make Hoodie Not War, I can't remember. Probably on Make Hoodie also. The lightning bolts wouldn't come out of my thumb. They just kept coming out of my fingers.